Haya mama. Ndugisa nchilo phone ya head.
Good afternoon and thanks for joining us for news updates. My name is Tandy Wemzumara. In his Angelus address on Sunday, Pope Francis reflected on Jesus Christ's resolute decision not to be overcome by anger in the face of unwelcoming adversaries, instead modeling the qualities of calm, patience, long-suffering, not slackering the least bit in doing good. Reflecting on the Gospel reading from the 9th chapter of Luke, the Holy Father noted that it is easy and instinctive to allow ourselves to be overcome by anger when faced with opposition, and that what is difficult instead is to master oneself, doing as Jesus did, who, as the Gospel says, went on to another village. According to the Pope, this means that when we meet with opposition, we must turn toward doing good elsewhere without recrimination. Noting that sometimes people may think that anger in the face of opposition is due to a sense of justice for a good cause, Pope Francis advised that the faithful ask Jesus for the strength of being like him, of following him resolutely down the path of service, not to be vindictive or intolerant when the difficulties present themselves. The High Court in Luntha has, in accordance with Section 210 of the Penal Code, sentenced to life imprisonment Maxwell Sosola, Dixon Ndengu, Bashir Lilongwe, Kasim White, and Alfred Yohane for the murder of MacDonald Masambuka, a young man with albinism from Mashinga. The court has further sentenced the Catholic priest Father Thomas Mohosha, a police officer Shikondi Shilega, and 3 others to 30 years imprisonment for conducting business in human tissue extracted from a human corpse. Judge Dorothy Nyagaunda Kamanga has also sentenced 4 others to 60 years imprisonment on the 2 counts of causing another person to harm another person with disability and causing another person to harm a person with albinism. Judge Kamanga has since ordered that the convicts should be subjected to hard labor whilst in custody that would facilitate their reformation. The Lilongwe Senior Resident Magistrate Wanangwa Nyirenda has granted bail to 4 accountants from the Department of the Accountant General. The 4, Kondwani Luka, Phyllis Gainja, Misias Chikapusa, Verekeni Binganjira, were arrested in relation to the 159 million kwacha Capitol Hill fraud scandal. They have since been charged with 3 counts, namely public offer receiving property, show favor, money laundering, and official corruption. Among the bail conditions, the 4 have been ordered to pay a 200 kwacha cash bond, present 1 surety each bonded at 10 million kwacha non-cash, and surrender their travel documents. Legal partners have called for criminalization of torture in the country, making the remarks as the Center for Human Rights, Education, Advice and Assistance, CREA, is today commemorating the International Day in support of victims of torture. Alexis Kamangira, who's head of Gender, Child and Disability Division at Malawi Law Society, says courts should follow constitutional mandates which outlaw torture and inhuman acts. According to Kamangira, there can never be true justice when using torture on suspects. Meanwhile, Executive Director for CREA, Victor Mahango, has bemoaned continued police brutality towards those in custody, saying suspects are dying in the hands of police despite the laws outlawing such malpractice. And in other news, police in Mozambique have arrested 9 people suspected to have tortured and buried alive 7 suspected cattle rustlers in the district of Manica near the capital Maputo. A spokesman of the Provincial Police Command, Joan Martins, has confirmed the deaths and arrests and said the identity of the victims had not yet been confirmed. He said a team of government officials had visited the site for the exhumation of the bodies. Over the weekend, some relatives of the victims went to collect the bodies of their relatives. And that's about what we had time for in this edition of our news updates at 2. But do stay tuned to Luntha TV for more news updates and for the rest of our programs. My name is Tandy Wemzamara. Good afternoon.